The Orphan Asylum on a pitch-black night. Two girls and a man stood before the gates of an old orphan asylum that had been abandoned for more than 50 years. The iron doors were covered in thick rust, and the shattered windows looked out onto empty hallways echoing with ghostly moans. Layla clutched her phone with a trembling hand. Salman held a dim violet flashlight. And Mona stepped forward cautiously, a chill creeping down her spine like the stroke of a cold feather. They entered the main hall, where the remains of blood-stained mattresses lay scattered across the dusty floor, mingled with crumbling patient files. Salman moved slowly, his flashlight beam crawling over the walls, which dripped with black stains. Suddenly, a rotting, minty scent filled the air, making them freeze in place. Salman whispered, "Do you think someone is still here?" Layla replied nervously, "Don't say that! Maybe they just left. Or maybe they never did." They approached the old operating room. Mona gripped the handle and slowly pushed the door open. Inside, rusty surgical tools were arranged on a slanted table. A bone saw and yellowed syringes sat ominously and placed more like instruments of torture than medicine. Just as they began to examine the room, a door slammed shut behind them. They turned, only to be swallowed by darkness as faint whispers rose from beneath the floor. The temperature dropped sharply. Before their eyes, ghostly figures of orphaned children emerged from the shadows, pale faces, hollow eyes, blood-slicked hands. They formed a silent circle around them. Mona froze in terror, but something pulled her closer. She stepped forward once, and the whispers turned into layered voices. "Come, play with us. Take our place." Mona tried to scream, but her voice dissolved into the rotting walls. Salman flicked his flashlight around wildly, revealing a scene straight from a nightmare. The walls cracked like dry skin, and thin, long arms reached out, twisting in the air. One of the ghostly children lunged at them with a jagged metal rod. Layla fell to her knees, drenched in mud and blood.
Salman tried to shield her with his foot,
but the child's rod hooked his leg and dragged him down the corridor, leaving a trail of dark blood behind. Mona screamed as the walls began to bleed, pulsing like living flesh. Then she understood they were no longer visitors. The asylum had claimed them. They were now prisoners of a place where shadows feast on the living. Salman was gone. A cold hand touched each of their shoulders and whispered, "You don't belong to the world of the living anymore. Join us forever." Suddenly, the doors burst open with a thunderous roar.
Mona and Layla dashed outside,
running through the dying grass as the cries of children and Salmani's fading screams echoed behind them. The sky was just beginning to lighten with the earliest hint of dawn, a cruel contrast to the night they had barely survived. Breathing heavily, they whispered to each other, "We're not alive anymore." From the distance, the asylum creaked and groaned, as if humming a lullaby for its next victims. Its hunger was far from over.